Well, welcome everybody. My name is Lori Will, and I'm the Business Development Manager for the University of Toronto Press. Thank you for coming and showing your interest in what our press has to offer. Since 1901, UTP has been a global leader of publishing consequential ideas for the benefit of the scholarly community and society. We are rapidly approaching our 125th year anniversary, and now is a time where we're doing some self-reflection to really think about who are we, who were we, what are we doing now and in the future. So we're doing some reflection, but we're also looking out. We want to remain connected with our library and consortial customers who are our main counterparts. And we want to look up and look out together with you. So I'm really glad you're here. Since 1901, we have been publishing 200 new titles per year with an active backlist of 45,000 titles. And we also have a growing list of over 55 journals. Uniquely, UTP also has a large distribution network and warehouse network. So we actually help other publishers with distribution and warehousing as well. About 150 of those, in fact. And another unique aspect of our publishing program is that we manage the U of T bookstores. So there's 3 bookstores across 5 campuses with 95,000 students. So we really enjoy having that part of our business as well. It keeps us close to campus life and to budding scholars as well. So that's a good snapshot, I think, of who UTP is now. We, as a global publisher, 75% of our readership is outside of Canada, believe it or not. We really want to share in this new century that we really are truly global. And when you're in a small country like Canada, it's really important to be global. So we're definitely keeping that as part of our strategy to keep going global. And as a matter of fact, our largest percentage of readership is from the US, then Canada, and then Europe. So I thought that was an interesting fact, given that I'm presenting in the US today. So I'm happy to tell you about our books. Our titles include monographs, textbooks, as well as nonfiction trade. The majority of our book list is monographs, but then we have a good percentage of growing textbooks. We specialize in upper year courses, as well as nonfiction trade. And we have a partnership with the Rotman School of Business at the University of Toronto. And so a lot of our nonfiction trade is with the Rotman imprint on leadership and business. But we also have another imprint where we focus on emergent critical ideas such as climate change, DEI, Indigenous studies as well. So we're quite broad. We publish between our books and our journals. We publish in humanities, social sciences, and we're really actively growing currently in medical and health sciences as well. So our publishing program is a reflection of the University of Toronto, which specializes in from humanities to medical science and engineering as well. Recent updates, we've invested in open access books, creating open access books, and also audio books. And we are digitizing our deep backlist of 45,000. So we're starting from the present and going backwards to make sure everything's digital and accessible from here on out. When I was speaking about open access books, we have partnerships with Knowledge Unlatched, and Tome. And as well, we have Diamond Open Access books with the support of the University of Toronto Libraries. So we're really happy to select books that have a need for broader readership, so the broadest readership. So you can see from the samples on the screen, we've got one on refugee states and the Ukraine, etc. It was really important for us to have some free-to-read books, and we hope to grow more in that direction. Another investment is for 2023 is audiobooks. In 2023, we'll have 24 titles converted as an audiobook option. And from 2024 going forward, we plan on creating audiobooks, about 25 per year going forward. And of course, the reason for that is in response to the popularity of the audio format, we wanted to make sure that our books are available to more people and more readers that way. Some of our titles will actually be read aloud by their authors, and some we will hire actors, etc. So we're just beginning in this area, and we look forward to market feedback. As for our journals, I mentioned we have a growing list of 55 journals. They are read in 185 countries, and we produce 2,000 articles per year. We're really happy about that. Again, it goes from subject matters such as humanities, social science, science, and medical and health. That's where we're growing. In addition, recently our initiatives are new access models such as Subscribe to Open and some journal podcasts as well. So UTP supports all access models from subscription to gold and diamond open access, as well as our newest model, which is Subscribe to Open. So as you know, gold open access journals are supported by APCs or author processing PCs, sorry. The diamond journals are supported by research societies, and our newest model, Subscribe to Open, I'll share with you about that. So we wanted to innovate and see what the emergent Subscribe to Open model could look like in UTP's framework. And we chose the Journal of City Climate Policy and Economy. The Journal of City Climate Policy and Economy is a platform for climate solutions research, policy guidelines, and critical commentary that supports the global climate agenda from the city and municipality perspective globally. We and the editor-in-chief of the journal decided to try Subscribe to Open with this particular topic because it really does lend itself to a broad readership and for everyone across the globe, even in the global south, to have access to this research, but also to be able to provide research. We want to have all researchers having capability to author in this journal. And that's what S2O does. It allows us to provide free to read and free to publish. That's what S2O provides. And the way that S2O is supported is by the help of university research libraries for the most part. And we offer university and research libraries a tiered pricing model so that the larger universities that have the propensity to have more authors, they pay the highest price, whereas maybe the community college or public library might pay a lower price. So we wanted also the pricing to be accessible and as equitable as possible. So I'd love to talk to you more about that at any time that you might be interested. The other innovation I mentioned with our journals is that we support, some of our journals have accompanying podcasts. And again, in response to the market interest in podcast and audio formats, we thought that some of our journals lend themselves to podcasting. So of course, with our new S2O journal, the Journal of City Climate Policy and Economy, we have a weekly podcast called Cities 1.5, and it is actually hosted by our editor-in-chief, who's a great speaker because he happens to be the former mayor of Toronto. So he has a strong interest in climate change and economics from his scholarly background. And he's a great speaker, and he interviews mayors, policymakers, and commentary from all around the world. And again, it extends the reach of the journal in a different format. We also have the publications of the Champlain Society. So it's a Canadian history journal and book series. And the podcast for that is Witness to Yesterday. So in this podcast, the editors take a document, something that has been documented in history, and they take a deeper dive into that document and discuss it. And believe it or not, there's a lot of people who are really interested. So we're lucky to have such a niche opportunity to share this information. Lastly, one of our journals is Diaspora, which is becoming more and more important these days with everything that's happening in our world and people having to leave their homelands, return to their homelands. Diaspora has an accompanying podcast called Dispersion, and the editors interview real life people with real life lived experience in changing diasporas throughout their lives. So that's it for me. I just wanted to thank you and let you know that you can contact me anytime with questions. I just wanted to end with, as we near our 125th year anniversary at UTP, we'll continue to focus looking out and looking toward the future with our library customers. That's really important. We're doing self-reflection, want to meet you where you're at, and go into the future together. So we hope to work with more of you all the time. And you can contact me. You can come down to the vendor area. UTP has a booth. We're right next to the food and to Elsevier, so you shouldn't be able to miss us. And or you can contact me via the WOVA app as well. Yeah. Of course, if there are any questions, I'd be happy to do my best to answer them.
Any questions? So, did you guys publish the STEM journals or books too? With
STEM?
Yeah.
Yes. So we really used to focus more in the humanities and social sciences, but our journals now in the STEM area, we're really moving towards medical and health sciences. So we have 5 new medical journals that we added this year. And that makes sense given the University of Toronto, and we have a huge medical school as well. And then on our books division, we are growing that list as well. And we have some in economics and history. That's where we're going right now.
Thank you.
And have any of you, as librarians, have you tried out any of the Subscribe to Open journals that are out in the market yet? I know it's an emerging area. Not yet, eh? That's okay. I mean, it's still very emergent. And our Subscribe to Open journal was just published at the end of 2022, its first issue. And we've got 4 issues this year. But we thought, again, it was a great subject because it's almost cross-curricular, meeting the science, the economics, and the social as well. So, yeah, I'd love to talk to you more about that. How about any open access books? Yes, happy about that? Happy to use open access, I'm sure, right?
Yes.
Ooh. Well, I'm here to answer any questions and I'm on email, etc. So thank you so much for coming. Really appreciate it.